We can use the object editor to create brand new objects and add them to our scene. We can also use it to edit current objects. The object editor is split into three displays: the object list, the sprite editor, and the ability editor. Through the object list, we can go ahead and see all the objects in the game. We can select them and start modifying them. Here we can see Brick and all of the abilities that make up Brick and what he's allowed to do. We can also search by name and adjust the size of the preview, just like in the other object editors. We're going to go ahead and create our own new object. With our new object selected, we can go ahead and edit the sprite by clicking on the sprite itself. This will open up the sprite selection window, which allows us to select from any of our sprite collections and select any of the sprites within there. On the right, we can set the name of the object. Key test object is what we'll call this one. We'll go ahead and properly adjust the name so it's formatted. You can see the UID of the object, which is what keeps it unique from any other object in the game. We can edit the description of the object, which is a developer-facing instruction. This is the object we use in the wiki level. This is not something the player will see. It's something that's just useful for us to communicate. You can adjust the type of object. We have a couple of different choices here, but this just allows us to indicate what exactly we'll be using this object for. Objects are general purpose objects in the game that don't have any specific purpose. BGs are for backgrounds, things that shouldn't be interacted with. Zones are objects that will have something happen when something touches them. Bullets are the ammunition we use in shmups to deal damage to ships. Ships are anything that fly around in the shmup area. Weapons are what we equip onto ships to fire bullets. Grids are the path grids that objects can move around in the world. We'll just create this as an object. When we create an object, we can give it various abilities that gives it all sorts of different functionality. Finally, you can reset this object by pressing the Reset Object button. It'll completely cleanse the object and make any adjustments to it to reset it back to its default state. This is useful if for some reason the object is broken. Now that we've created an object, let's go ahead and add it to our level. We can load up our level again, and we can add an object to level by using our object editor list. The object we created was called Wiki Test Object, so I can search it by typing wiki and just drag it right into the scene. Now already this object has some default properties. I can go ahead and play the game and interact with this object just by clicking over it and selecting it. This is because objects have some default abilities that enable them basic actions within StarMazer.